The Federal Authority of the Supernatural, an organization that deals with monsters that normal people cannot handle, may it be an ogre, or even a pack of werewolves, the FATSN deal with it appropriately. I guess you puppies are ready for me? A skinny tanned kid with black hair and black eyes stands top of the building looking down at a pack of werewolves that are looking up at him growling and drooling with anticipation. Make sure to share, okay? Oh. By the way. My name's Jake Flash. He shouts as he dives down and strikes one of them across the face, sending it flying into a building. 2 werewolves lunge at him trying to bite into him. Jake then ducks and uppercuts one of the 2 werewolves into the sky. Jake punches the other werewolf heads off and leaps off another drop kicking it. Come on, you can do better than that. Using the momentum from that one dropkick, he launches himself through the werewolf rolling to his feet. He hears the voice of strike. A werewolf swipes at him, but he blocks it with one finger. Really? Jake says smiling as he palms the werewolf into a car causing it to explode. The werewolves surround him and start to howl, what's going on? But the howls become louder and louder, confusing Jake. I never heard of werewolves howling like that before. The howls continue to grow louder, then Jake wakes up. His alarm is blaring next to him at the time saying 10:30. Due to suddenly wake up, the dog with him on bed goes on floor. Oh no. I'm late. Jake says sorry to his dog Shiggy. Talking on phone. Yo pops. I'ma need you to come pick up Shiggy for me. I'm heading to organization today. I'll be careful pops. Love ya. Jake rushes through his house scrambling and tripping over things trying to get ready. Okay, let's go. He rushes outside his house jumping on his bike as he heads down the street. See ya Shiggy. Sorry. I really got to make it on time. This shortcut will most definitely get me there. Fats and base. 11:08 a.m. Okay. Maybe I made it before they really started. He says as he is locking up his bike as he heads inside. Hey Jake. A female voice says from inside. Jake looks over with a surprised expression on his face. He sees a girl with short puffy brown hair with hazel eyes with a tan skin color. Hey Evie. I kinda forgot you were joining FATSN too. Jake says chuckling embarrassingly. Evie sighs honestly, you are the still same kid as before. Jake just gives Evie a small smile as they both head into the auditorium and sit down waiting for orientation to begin. The auditorium is filled with chattering that has nervous and exciting energy. The room quiets down as an old woman walks in looking around, everyone staring intensely. Greetings everyone, I'm glad you all could join me today. All of you have been interviewed, most of you have abilities that normal people would dream of having. The ones that don't will be put in less stressful situation. Jake thinks to himself, maybe my powers will come soon, then I can join Evie. The woman continues, anyways, today we are going to show what you're going to be dealing with. I'm sure everyone knows about the monsters, but here are the levels that we put the monsters in. Let's make this rather simple. The room grows darker and everyone here seems tense. The woman says we will categorize the monster based on what one can do on a city level, before we can get there to help. Jake smiles with excitement waiting for it to continue. The screen is shown behind the woman that shows a chart that has different types of monsters on it. As she speaks it switches to the next slide that shows a small green creature. Jake looks in awe. That's a goblin, he whispers in excitement. Evie shushes him as the woman continues. This here is a goblin. By themselves they aren't as strong as a normal grown man, but in numbers they can turn into mid-tier if not dealt with properly. They are small and cunning and not something to underestimate. She switches to the next slide that shows 3 different creatures, a werewolf, a griffin, and spectral being. These creatures are those that would be on a mid-level tier. They can cause harm to cities pretty quickly, but they aren't on the same playing fields as those that are on the high tier. Those are capable of destroying countries, continents, and some even have the ability to destroy the planets. Jake listening is very carefully. Right as she says that a hole burst through the roof, crushing some people sitting down in the room. Jake looking at it, panicking and fearful eyes. Mass panic spreads throughout as people scream and run around. People trying to find a way to save themselves. Jake looks up in fear. The hole become bigger and bigger. Giant try to come into the hole. A big giant just appeared into the hole. Looking at giant, everyone frozen with fear. The heroes talking to each other with fear and preparing for attack. The girl says this is it, isn't it? Like the world going to end. The other hero says to her, shut up. I'm not going to give this bastard the pleasure of watching me beg for my life. Are you with me? All of the superhero attack together. The giant blocked with just one hand. Then open his mouth and attack with laser beam. They then start to reach and grab people, crushing them like bugs. Jake, come on. We have to leave. These are high tier. Evie says, pulling Jake and taking him outside. Jake keeps watching. How? How did the giant get here without anyone noticing? With a horrified realization, he looks at Evie. Evie says, let's have that conversation later. I know a way out. Jake following Evie. There it is. Keep your eyes on me. The entrance explodes as they see two humanoid-looking demons hovering in. So, what do we have here? Are there the new recruits for your silly force? It says mockingly. Evie stares at the two demons. Jake, stay back, okay? No matter what happens, just stay back. I'll protect you. Jake nods in agreement, scared speechless. Wait. Are you planning to fight with them? Evie says, I'm surely not an experienced fighter, but I do have my own tricks. This is not a simple coincidence, this is a chance to prove myself. A chance to justify all those never-ending hours training day by day. That's why we came here, to prove ourselves. Evie clutches her hand in front of her, Athena's shield. As a bright yellow shield of light appears on her hand as she stares down the demons. Evie says to Jake, I heard about you and your powers, I'm really sorry about that, how did you find about Jake? Reply. Just listen to me. Evie says, if I'm not able to stop that creature, please don't try to be a hero, just get away from here. The other heroes and people around them trying to escape. One of the demons walks forth and stares her down, towering over her. You're brave? Or is it the human stupidity? Either way, I am indeed impressed. Evie uppercuts the demon with the shield, carrying her momentum, gathering all his power on his fist. Going to attack with full power, the demon trying to block it. Then deals a destructive blow to his stomach. Due to that destructive power, her arm got crack. And using over energy caused nosebleeding. She hit it, sending him flying out of the building. The other demon looking him flying out of the building. She stares Evie, Jake watching all of it and says, Evie? Oh God, are you alright? Evie reply, I don't understand. She lose lots of energy trying to holding herself. The other demon charges Evie, grabbing her by the arm. Demon looking at Evie with curiously. And then breaking her arm. Jake just watching it, don't know what to do. Evie howls in pain. Oh, darling, you're too young for this. Says to Evie. On his knees, Evie says in pain, why? Why are you doing this? The demon girl pull his arm up. Sorry, what did you say? I can't hear you. Leave her alone. Jake run up and trying to begging her life. Please stop it. When did you come here? Demon said to Jake. Grabbed demon girl feet and says, let her go please. The demon girl sit down and says, clam down, sweetheart. You got me on that one. The way you grabbed my leg, that was a pretty fast move. I would love to see it again. Could you do that for me? Huh? Did you hear me? Jake can't move with fear. I see. Am I making you nervous? She grabbing his head and slamming him on the ground. Evie watching it but can't do anything. The demon girl doing again and again, slamming his head on the ground. Come on, is there something special I should be expecting right now to happen? Jake's face starts bleeding as he coughs up blood. Nothing? Well, this one seems pretty normal for me. Oh. Look at you. Did you even see that coming? These creatures are definitely something else. Talking to other demon who just stand on his feet. The girl, give her to me. Evie try to get up, the demon girl throw her. Here you go. Such a foolish and desperate move. But you managed to hurt me and I respect that. She really caught me off guard there. Guess I was tricked by her appearance. By nothing to get worried about. What about that one? He asked the other demon girl while the demon stepping on her back smirks. The demon girl says, I think I got too excited here. That little girl getting you so easily was a huge fail coming from someone like you. Jake suddenly hit his head to demon girl face with using speed. Demon girl surprised. I got blooding her nose. How? How can you? How dare you? She got angry and smashed Jake on floor. Humanoid demon says, enough, lust. Stop wasting your powers, we have work to do. Demon girl says. Damn it. That was so annoying. My nose is really sensitive. We better find the kid, cause her I don't know what I'm gonna tell her if that was right one. Humanoid demon said, yeah, you better. Demon girl says, what about her? Do you think we should take her with us? Humanoid demon, I'm not planning to be back empty-handed, so yeah, I'm taking her with me. She could be a potentially good addition for my body, don't touch her. Jake shouted. Both demons surprised that he's still alive. Jake says, loudly, don't touch her, you bastard. I'll make sure you regret even stepping anywhere near this place. Humanoid demon says, oh really? I would love to see what a creature like you can do. He grabbed Evie's head. Jake looking at it and his face covered with blood. Humanoid demon, show me. How could you possibly save this life? What do you think you will accomplish? Jake crying because can't do anything. That's what this is all about, isn't it? Playing the hero thing? Jake eyes closing due to lots of blood losing. Why? Why is this happening to us? Why is no one else here to save us? Jake looks up being barely conscious. Evie. I'm too weak, I'm sorry. Where am I? Did I die? Unconscious, he saw a bright light falling down. Huh? Where am I? Saw a huge giant. Who are you? Are you a god? The giant. The giant looking at Jake. Please just save her. Save Evie, make sure she's safe, saying that to big giant while crying. He is unconscious, got power. And stand on his feet. Both demons are surprisingly looking at him. Suddenly humanoid demon hand ribbed out. Demon girl, what did just happened? Humanoid demon, yeah. That's the one did this. It's Jake, but look different, he safe Evie and broken hand of demon on his mouth. Evie looking at Jake, his eyes change, it's red like blood on it. Lots of energy can feel on it. Throwing demon broken hand. Demon girl says his eyes, I know humanoid demon says. Evie said to Jake, you can't take them by yourself, we need to get out of here. Humanoid demon, I see, that's why she decided to send us this way. His arm growing again. Jake use his speed power and grab humanoid demon and that demon girl face and take them both with his outside the building. They both barely hold themselves. Shit. He's too damn fast. We have to be careful. Huh? Jake using his momentum going to attack again. He hit the humanoid demon, demon block his attack. Jake yelling at him and use his fist, humanoid, you gotta kidding me. Jake smack him with his powerful fist. The demon girl watching it. Such power, how is he able to do that? He's using every cell on his body to release insane amounts of energy. The lady we found before did something similar, are these creatures even aware of this power? This just complicated everything. At this pace he'll probably end up killing himself. If that's the case, I'll take the risk and stop him before that happens. Demon girl jumped. She trying to use his feet to kick Jake, but Jake use flashlight, god damn it kid. Just, stay the hell, she use his knee and fist to hit Jake face. Jake grab her hair and pull her. His face recovering automatically, the demon girl wait, is he regenerating? But how? He lose that arm just a few seconds ago. The other humanoid demon joined the fight too, both going to attack combined. The humanoid demon called the other demon with lust name. She replied while fighting with Jake, greed. He knows how to use regeneration. She chop her hair with her hand. And release herself. Greed creating energy ball in his hand and says, got you. And he released that massive energy ball towards Jake. It's hit the Jake. Lots of people around watching that energy and some of them feel fear and talking to each other, this can't be happening. What the hell is that? The other heroes trying to rescue Evie, they also feel that energy coming from outside. Jake body skin burning with that energy ball. But using his regenerating cells he overpowered. Greed watching it and says, indeed. He really knows how to do it. He's regenerating faster than the damage he's getting. And I'm so glad about it. Because that means, and suddenly Jake appear his behind going to attack. The lust just appeared on that spot to block that attack. Greed says, we can stop worrying about killing you. Now, we just have to focus on tearing you body apart, over and over again, until you stop regenerating. No matter how strong you are, the human body has its limitations. And we'll find yours. Jake used his mouth to release energy on it towards humanoid demon. Greed also prepared for attack to gather energy on his hand. And throws it towards Jake. Jake trying to block it. But it's no use, it's freezing Jake moments. Both demons going to attack together. A power restricted by the human boundaries, such a waste of time. He ribbed Jake's stomach. Jake trying to regenerating. But the lust attack on his chest. Both continue attack, didn't giving his time to regenerating. Just inner body getting those, I'm feeling tired, and hungry, yeah, I'm ready hungry, I want to go home. He is on the floor, all of his cells burned, can't regenerate anymore. Oh. Shiggy must be hungry too. Thinking like that's his last moments. Both demons coming towards him. Suddenly light appears. It's a hero. Did he come to save us? A few days later, Jake wakes up in a hospital room, with wrappings around his head. He is looking at the TV that's in the corner that show the news from what happened a few days ago. Actually, we have our reporter live from the FATSN installation. What do you have us, David? That's right, Josh, we're living dark days right now. Jake hold his head in pain, what did just happened? On TV news a few days ago, the federal authority was attached with what looked to be ambush from mid to high tier monster. To hear that, Jake just remember, and the news reporter continue, several casualties were reported with more than 200 reported injured or missing so far. Emergency services are working tirelessly under the lock to locate any sign of survivors amidst the debris. We still don't have any official statements made by the FATSN leaders about this incident. As the people is still waiting for answers, a viral video recorded by one of the survivors has everyone on the internet making their own theories. Jake wakes up into bed, what's this? On TV the recording video just played. This can't happening, man. This is supposed to be a safe area. Then just blast, lots of people die. To watching it, Jake, no way. Was that a high tier monster? But, how? How did this happen? Last thing I remember, I was there sitting in the auditorium with. He just remember about Evie, oh my god. Where is Evie? He runs outdoor calling Evie. Where are you? The nurse and security trying to caught it. But still running and calling Evie, nurse says, how is he even able to move like that? Eventually he is caught by one of the doctors. Kid, calm down, you can't be running around like this, you suffered severe head trauma. Jake keep trying to break loose. Pulling and screaming. Where is Evie? The other doctor, hey. What's happening there? Jake reply, I'm looking for a girl, sir. Her name is Evie. She was badly injured fighting those creatures, and, can you not be too loud? It can be really hard to rest with you screaming and running around. Jake looks up and sees Evie in a wheelchair staring at him, looking annoying but glad that he is safe. Miss Evie, you can't be out of bed, you have to rest. The doctor loosen his grip enough for Jake to rush over and hugs Evie as his eyes start to tear up. I'm so sorry, I didn't know what to do. I'm so useless. Shut up, Jake. You're not. You did what you could. Look, we're alive and that's a win for both us. But enough, we made it. Oh Evie, you're so cool. Okay, stop it, you're getting snot in my clothes. Jake just laughs it off as they hear a familiar voice. You too. Are you okay? I couldn't really make sure, I was too busy fighting the other high tier. I hear you two were the ones that went toe to toe against those demons, sorry, I want there to help. Evie says, who even are you? Where are my manners? My name's Deshawn Winggush. I've been working with the FATSN agency for some time now. But we aren't here to make friends. I need to take you two with me. Jake says, wait, Deshawn Winggush? The real Deshawn Winggush? He replied, yeah. No way. You're Deshawn? The Golden Sun? You're a living legend, man. I heard you destroy an army of 1 million high-tier monsters by yourself. Is that true? I mean, 1 million is a lot. Don't you think? Oh. Is not that I'm saying it's a lot for you. I'm sure that must be just a couple of flies for you. Oh god, I have so many questions. Deshawn Winggush says. Okay, look. I promise I'll answer all your questions later. Right now I need to stay unnoticed. Oh, awesome. I'll keep your secrets, sir. Wait a minute. I forget it. Why do you want us? I mean, what about the other entry-level agents that were attached? All of them probably have abilities that are on a whole nother level compared to mine. Jake just activated his powers and he can't even control it. My powers? What do you mean? Evie says, wait, don't you remember? Jake, yeah. Of course. We were in the auditorium and that giant creature. No, not that, Jake, you were able to, Deshawn Winggush says, we'll figure out later. I have something downstairs checking you two out of the hospital right now. At our headquarters you'll be treated. And no worries about your belongings, we'll take care of that. Evie says, what about our families? Do they know about this? Deshawn Winggush says, yeah, actually we have their permission for this. They understand the situation, let's go. Minutes later. Jake says, dude, this shirt is huge. So is my patience. They walked into the reception area. People muttering each other. Jake just noticed why they're looking us like that. People talking about the FATSN? What they're doing here. They are wasting our resources. I knew it. Jake says, sir, these people, they seem to have a real problem with us. I mean, it's not like we're criminals or monsters. Deshaun Wingush says, see, people like us, we have abilities that only average people dream of. So we are awarded with more advanced technology when it comes to defending and treating ourselves. Even you, Jake, are rewarded with such thing. You may have been a regular human who originally joined with no powers, but even with that knowledge, you still decided to join the agency and become someone who will put the safety of others above his own. That's is what you from these spiteful degenerates. Jake understand the situation and silent. Deshaun Wingush talking on phone and saying, yeah, we're heading there. Prepare everything. Evie? Are you good? Oh, don't worry, I'm fine, it's just, I'm trying to figure out what happened, you know? I still can't believe you were unconscious the whole time. Do you remember what happened in THR exit room? Jake says, of course. Those two demons appeared. You almost lost your arms there. Evie says, yeah, and I told you to run, but you decided to stay instead. Just before I fell unconscious, I saw you begging for my life, that was a dumb MOV. But I'm so grateful for it, Jake, I'll never forget that. Jake smiles with excitement, oh, it was nothing, I mean, Evie says, when I opened my eyes again, you had a ripped limb of one of those high-tier demon in your mouth. Your eyes, your body, everything in you, looked completely different. Jake, somehow, you managed to fight those creatures by your own. And here you are, just fine. Your powers finally. Jake. Evie, I need you to be honest with me. Did my eyes turn green and my hair gold? Evie says. What? No. Wait, are you joking? Let's go. Ha 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 ha. My powers. Oh my god, my own powers. Oh Evie. How did you waiting so long to tell me? God. I can't wait to see what can I do with it. Evie smile. Me neither. They reached the FATSN. The one of the hero coming to receive them. Whoa. Everything here looks so cool. Even the soldiers, look at that suits. MS Ada is waiting for you in the evaluation room, sir. Deshaun Wingush says, got it. Make sure to prepare the third training field area. The other hero says, yes, sir. We're on it. Is everything okay? Oh. Everything's fine, sir. Just be careful with Ms. Ada, it seems she's having a bad day. Jake thinking. Deshaun Wingush. I still can't believe he's the real deal. He was always glowing with that golden-like aura. Nobody was able to take a single pic or video of him because of it. I wonder why the greatest hero would hide his face from the world. I mean, what's the point of being the number one if you don't want to be recognized? If I were the number one hero, well, I think I would handle that very well. Evie says to Jake. Let's go, we're going to get out evaluations. Jake says, huh? Evaluations? We already applied and did everything to become agents. Deshaun Wingush says yes. I know, but this is going to show us what type you are and your ranking status. To add a plus to it, it's also heal your injuries as well. Jake closed the car door and said, actually, I didn't spot any scars in my body when we were at the hospital. I guess my injuries were not as serious as Evie's. There are in FATSN evaluation room area too. The mask wear hero says, so is that the kid, sir? Deshaun Wingush, So, you're aware of the situation? Who told you about it? Sorry, sir. I accidentally heard Ms. Ada's conversation. Actually, that's why she. Deshaun Wingush, I see. It makes sense now. Jake saw 3 heroes in room. He says, wait a minute. Is this a training room? Look at that arm. So badass. Deshaun Wingush says. Yeah, that's kinda the process for those who have a type, but don't know how to use their abilities. They're probably struggling trying to get control over it. Some of them never get to have a proper control or even unlock their powers. That's why the Blue Division was created. Soldiers that rely on high-tech armors to be able to fight and protect, probably. Jake says, so, the Red Division would be the ones with powers? Like you? They reached in main facility room, Deshaun Wingush said, we'll talk about that later. Hey there. About time. The new girl have long purple hair, with dark eyes with pale skin. That's Ada, she's the founder's great. There's lots of greats, okay? Just be wary of her, she's kinda stuck up. Ada perks up as she hears Deshawn say this and gets right in his face. I'm not stuck up. You're the one who's stuck up with all the smoking you do. She glares at him and it seems that her hair seems to raise in anger, similar to that of a cat when threatened. Yeah. I need you to chill out, alright, it isn't that deep. Deshawn remakes it in nonchalant manners. Jake sees this and chuckles at the two interactions. The masked man trying to says Jake to keep silent, and then he run out of the room. Ada noticed Jake stares and walk up to him, approaching him rather quickly. Ada says, seems like you're having the time of your life, isn't it? You awakening your powers the day that one of our safest facilities in the world was completely destroyed by high-tier monsters has to be the unluckiest coincidence ever. How convenient for you both to be in the only area of the building with no security cams when you unlocked this powers, huh? Jake says, we were just trying to get out of the building, ma'am. Then, those monsters attacked us and I'm not sure of how it happened, but it seems I was able to activate my powers and fought those monsters while being unconscious. Ada said, so you expect me to believe that you, a kid who just activated his powers, were able to fight toe-to-toe with high-tier monsters, but you're the one standing on your feet? You'll have to prove me wrong with the test results because I'm not buying a single word of that stupid story. Interrupted by Evie. You're right. It's hard to believe something like that could happen. Just as it's hard to believe none of the strongest FATSN soldiers were there to protect the people. Ada's aggressively, what did you just say? Deshawn Wingush, I'll start explaining the rankings and statuses before we get you through the system so you don't have any questions later. The ranking system is rather simple, think of it as the tier system for monsters. We'll be seeing what tier list you can handle and what you can't. It keeps us from losing as many agents as possible. Especially the ones who are hotheads. Let's use Jake for example. Even if we don't put you into the machine, you would most likely be a status C or B, which is out mid-range scores. So you would only be able to handle mid-tier to low-high tier. Even control your powers at the moment. This is where things are a bit more tricky. The statuses are something that falls more deeply in the tier list. Using you as an example again, Jake, you may be only able to handle mid-tier to low-high tier right now. But you can always train and get strong to move up on the status pole. Killing monsters and completing the tasks assigned to you can also allow you to move up, but you won't be able to leave your first assigned tier list. No one has been able to do that. Jake in excitement, okay. I'll be the first one then. Ada laughing on it, oh no, sweetheart, you have little to no control of your powers. Hell. We don't even know what it is. Deshawn says, that's enough, leave the kid alone. Evie says, hey, if you don't want to do this, then I'm with you, okay? Jake thinking for a moment. And said with smile, I know, you've always been by my side. I'm ready. Deshawn Wingush carrying Evie on his hands and going to put in the capsule. Jake asked, and how is she going to get there and stand, sir? I mean, she can't use her legs. The professor just activate the capsule. The door open. Deshawn Wingush says no worries, that won't be necessary. He is going to put her on capsule. Evie says wait, what? No, I can't. Oh my god. I'm floating. How in the hell does this even work? Jake going to capsule too with excitement, it's my turn. It smells like hospital in here. He also floating, whoa. I love it. It's so relaxing and cool at the same time. I could spend hours just doing this. What do you think, Evie? He looks Evie. She is already on process. Evie? What's going on? Are you okay? Professor said calm down, son, she's under the effects of the machine. We're using advanced technology to accelerate her healing process. Aesthetic energy, specifically. She's actually resting more deeply than sleeping. And in few seconds, you'll be resting too. Jake eyes going to shut down, slowly. This feels pretty familiar to me. Was it a dream? Yeah, it was weird dream, there was a voice that told me something, what was it? Now that I think about it, it felt more like a nightmare. I was scared and hungry, then I heard it. Sacrifices must be made? Ada pulled Jake outside suddenly. Pulling his on shoulder and going to attack with electric energy, I knew it. You better start talking, you lying bastard. Answer me. Jake looks at her with completely confused look. Ada says, what the hell are you? There no status and rank system showing on system, it's impossible. Jake feels scared and said, Ms. Ada, you've got to believe me. I swear, I don't do anything. Please, don't hurt me. Ada loudly shouted. Oh no, I'm not planning to hurt you. If we find you're the one behind all this mess, I'm gonna kill you with my own hands. Her aura appeared around her as she gets grabbed by the hand and tossed by a tall buff man with dark skin. Ada catches herself and looks behind, the man Losshard. Don't you dare touch me, she said to him. Geez. You need to calm yourself, girl. We got this under control. Ada shouted, under control? Do you even realize what happened here? The whole world is watching us right now because of this little brat. So, don't you dare to defy me or your superiors will hear about this. Losshard. After hearing that, Losshard says. My superiors? Lady, I'm sure they'll be glad I stopped you from going crazy and putting in danger our main headquarters. I'll say it one more time, clam down and leave the boy alone. The old man with glasses after watching monitor said, excuse me everyone. The brain scans are not responding. It's possible we're dealing with a unique case of etheric neurogenesis here. I'm looking for any signs of malfunction in the machine. It's going to take me some time to figure this out, but in the meantime, I recommend not exposing the kid to high stress levels. At least not in this room, Ms. Ada. After hear that she leave the Jake. And said to me. It's as clear as water. But I get it, it's better to be 100% sure we're killing the right one. Consider yourself lucky we're not alone in the room, Mr. Flash. Do whatever you have to do, Losshard. Jake just looking at her with fearful eyes. Losshard raised his hands towards Jake and said, you okay, boy? Jake, while standing, grabbed Losshard's hand and said, thank you, sir. Was that some kind of test? I mean, really thought she wanted to kill me. Losshard laughs and says, don't worry about her, she's just having a rough day, you know? Things are getting crazy here lately. Deshawn is waiting outside. He sent me to take you there, and boy, did I arrive on time. You can call me Lamb Chops, by the way. Let's get out of here. Jake replied, yes sir. While going outside with Losshard, he looked at Evie and Capsule. With serious look he said, I promise. I won't let this happen to you again, Evie. The old man with glasses hear it and looked at the Jake. It's already afternoon time. They walk out of the room going down the hallway that leads outside. Losshard waiting for Jake to come outside. After few minutes Jake came back. Losshard smiled and said, there you are, boy. You had me worried for a minute. Jake replied, oh, sorry sir, I had to use the bathroom. I definitely needed that shower. These bracelets are just perfect. Dude. I can feel the power already. He feel happy to wear that bracelet set. Losshard laugh, yeah, just. Try not to play too much with it, those things are overly expensive. They are walking again, Jake asked, so. What's this ready asthmatic thing thr old man mention? Losshard replied, etheric neurogenesis? That's a difficult question, but think of it like this, is some kind of mutation that enhances your brain's ability to absorb etheric energy. Basically magic. This magic can manifest in different forms within our bodies. That's what we know as types. Jake quickly asked, types? Like Pokemons? Losshard said, not exactly, but you're following me. Look, there are 7 known types today. Attack, defense, speed, support, summoner, healings, and the rarest of all, magic. According to our records, only 2 individuals possess magic. Ada is one of them, actually. Jake happily asked. Oh. And the results of the evaluation will reveal what my type is, right? Mr. Deshawn told me something about it. God. I would love to have super speed, I think it would fit my name perfectly. Losshard replied, oh boy. If what Deshawn said is true, I think you might be a late bloomer. Someone with multiple types, yet to be awakened. That's why I'm bringing you with me to the training field. We need to prove if it's just a crazy theory, or if it's actually true. There's a small possibility that you're a one-of-kind, Jake asked. One-of-kind? Like I'll be the only one with multiple types? Losshard replied, not according to our records. You would be the first one with this condition. Jake shouted with excitement, let's go, man. I'm ready to become the #1 hero here. You better be careful, Deshawn. Losshard laughed and said, that was a good one, boy. They are in front of trainings field. Jake nervous said, sir. I would prefer if you just call me Jake. So you don't have to call me boy all the time. Actually, you can call me my last name too. Flash sounds cool, right? Losshard smiled and said, Flash? Yeah, that's a good nicknames, I'll keep that in mind, boy. We're reaching the field, can't wait to see how many types you're able to use. Jake again pointed, sir. You just did it again. You used boy instead of. Losshard ignored Jake and loudly shouted the field is clear. The two heroes in front of training's gate said yes sir. Losshard raised his fingers and said thanks for your hard work, gentlemen. Remember to stay away from this training field once we enter. After entering the training field Jake said hey I know this place. It's always on TV. Losshard replied oh yeah, most of those commercials were filmed here. So many soldiers were able to activate their powers for the first time in this old battlefield. Myself included. Jake with excitement said, what exactly I should do to activate mine? I'm good at push-ups. Been training the whole year for this. Losshard put their thumbs up and nervously smiled and said I think we're gonna need more than just push-ups to unlock a power like yours, boy. Actually, you will have to fight me. And showing size to front of him. It's Deshaun with a man with beard and have brown hair also have glasses looked at Jake and said man, I always agree with your wild plans, but I gotta say you're going overboard with this one. Deshaun said maybe. The brown hair guy said he looks like a normal kid to me. The barrier didn't pick up anything when he entered, plus the bracers aren't detecting anything either. Deshaun. Are you sure you want to keep going? On the other side after hearing Losshard Jake nervously says to fight you? No. No, you must be way too strong man. Losshard laughed and replied not that kind of fight, boy. You're gonna be throwing some punches at me, and that's all. This will be a quick test to get a sense of where your body is right now and figure out what we need to focus on. We want to ensure your body is ready to handle these types once you unlock them. Jake looked up the field floor closing and covering all the area. Jake says whoa look at that. This place just keeps blowing my mind. Okay. I think I'm starting to get into the fighting mood. Is it okay if I take a few minutes to warm up a bit? Whole field floor closed with barrier. Losshard gave him big smile and said sure, boy. Let's see those push-ups. Suddenly Losshard heard the Deshaun voice to his ear to proceed. Then Losshard didn't give Jake any time suddenly attack using his arm to hold his position meanwhile Jake with take sudden attack look unconscious. Water dropping on his mouth then Losshard tossed him with full force far away. On the screen Ms. Ada and the old man also watching fight. Ada eyes focus on Jake flash. On the training field Losshard after throwing Jake far away said I truly hope you're right with this one, Deshaun. The brown hair guy putting his hands on his head and with shanking voice. Said, I'm not getting any pulsations here, Deshaun. The kiss. Is dead. Deshaun quickly said to Losshard on earphone can you hear me? Keep your eyes on the target. Then nervously called out the brown guy. Travis. What's the etheric neurogenesis readout? Travis quickly replied after watching monitor it's blank. Nothing at all. Just this chilling error message again. Then suddenly something got his attention he looked to at the field. Is that? Deshaun says it's finally happening. On the training field Jake standing on his feet. The dust around his covering him and his body shining with aura. Losshard after seeing Jake like this said to Deshaun on earphone you lucky bastard. Got me scared for a moment here. It's such a relief to know I didn't have to add accidental child murderer to my resume because of a reckless friend. Jake whole body cover with flash and muscle getting stronger. Flashlight running on his veins. Losshard smile and says oh look at you, boy. Guess we're not warming up today, right? Jake opened his eyes red aura flowing on his eyes. His face and whole body cover with flashlight.